up for auction is an Intec Colorcut FB700 digital die cutter. This is a flatbed quantity two tools, dual tools to print, cut, and score. Small, your digital, smaller format boxes, door hangers, ton of stuff. I'm going to show you a demo real quick on how to make a box. I got another video coming up next. It's a little goofy because I just threw cut lines on something real fast, but it makes this thing that always stares at you. It's like a really cool kids kind of puzzle thing, which is another thing that no one ever thinks to make on these. This is great for packaging, concepting, selling your clients new things that they didn't even know they needed, because when you put a sample in front of them, it sells. I'm going to do a test cut on this, and I'm going to bring you back and show you door hangers after this. I just have to set that file up too. All right, so basically it's a B2 size, I believe is what it is. Look at in the description and the service books and everything I'm linking below. We'll tell you all the specs. We have run two 12 by 18 sheets side by side, where it does one, then cuts the other. We keep going. It just keeps finding the marks. You have to set up a little bit of a jig because they need to be within a certain distance from each other and they need to be consistent. But again, if you're using this, you're doing short run, you're making mock-ups and samples that are going to have manufactured overseas or in big runs where the client has to have a press proof, or you have to show them utility, whatever you're trying to do. All right, that's my pitch. Great machine, super low volume usage, clean, ready to ship, ready for production. It comes with the table, obviously. The controller's all in here. The vacuum, the filter, the hose, that all works with the suction vacuum. You get the HP laptop. It's not a great fast PC, but it's good enough. License copy of CorelDRAW 2017. License copy of Colorcut Pro. And the way that we use this is we set this up as like a RIP. So we install TeamViewer on here. We remote in. We drop the files in. We open them in CorelDRAW. We delete, we hide the guides, we save as a PDF, we move it back to, I'm sorry, I'm skipping a step. The reason why we bring it into CorelDRAW is because the plugin for Colorcut Pro works better with CorelDRAW. It does work with Illustrator. I was not able to get it to work with CC 2022, whatever the latest version we use is. I'm not sure if it will. I didn't want to waste time. I had a laptop, I had CorelDRAW. It was easy enough to put this together when we were doing a production job with this. It's easier to find what works than what doesn't work. And with the fact that we were never going to keep this for more than a year, I wanted to be able to sell the RIP ready to go without having to deal with support or tech. Also, I'm willing to TeamViewer in with you guys, whoever buys this, to help them set it up, maybe give them a half-hour training on how to do the guides, how to put the marks in. So the reason why we drop it on the laptop and put it into CorelDRAW is because the plugin works with it, and you need to go into the plugin to add the page marks. The page marks or the barcode, the page marks and the barcode can be added in CorelDRAW. Once that's done, it then sends the file over to Colorcut Pro, which is like a RIP almost. I consider it like a RIP because it's sending the file to the printer, to the plotter. That's where your cut lines are defined, your score lines are defined. If you want to do perf cuts, you can do them too. This thing's very robust, but also very simple and easy to learn. I have it set up to do creases first on 2 passes at the highest pressure. Then I do cuts at 500 speed at 400 pressure. And there's ways to then set up productivity to do like multiple runs. Here's your, you can set your media size, obviously set from the size of Illustrator, but then you can do 2x2 copies, 1 row, 2 columns. You basically set up the layout and it finds it. You don't want it to cut the arm marks, all this stuff doesn't matter. So yeah, you can do like end up the pages on here. Like if you had 2 of these, you can do 2 side by side, tell it where the marks are, and it will find it. If you rotate the page, the marks still need to be this direction. So even if you do landscape printing, the marks have to follow. If I just rotate this, it's not going to let me find these marks. They have to be this direction, vertical to the machine's panel. All right. Again, I'm here for support on the basic level of what I'm selling you. If you get this and you want to move this to another computer, I'll help you as much as I can, but I never really set it up with Illustrator, so I'm not sure if this version of Colorcut Pro works with CC 2023. It works with CorelDRAW 2000, up to 2019. If you want to move it to a different computer, I'm sure you can uninstall and transfer the license for Colorcut Pro. Everything's included: the laptop, the cables, the power cord, everything you see here to make this work. This is a turnkey solution. I include the laptop because I don't want to hear you couldn't get it activated, or you don't have anyone that understands how to set up a PC. Like, it's easier if everything comes ready to go, in my opinion, with any of these machines that need controllers outside of the printer itself. Anyway, all right, I'm going to send this, and you'll see that this will automatically. So first thing, after you do that and you print all your files and everything's set up, you got to then tell it where the origin is. So in this case, we're going to turn on the vacuum, and we're going to get this right in front of the mark. You hit this button here, and it turns on the light. Well, actually, first I got to do origin. All right, so you hit enter twice to do origin. It's set. And you go back to online. And you move this right in front of the mark. Just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. The idea is it finds that mark, that mark, that mark, and so on. Just like any other ARM system. So I'm going to hit start. Found the first mark. It's now finding the second mark. It's going to do its scores. Now it's going to start cutting. It does a nice clean cut. So just like it should, it came out. So I had too much pressure there because it was tearing a little bit. That shouldn't have torn. So basically, you want to turn it down. You want to use as little pressure and as little depth as you can. I think the paper turned there too. Yeah. Got stuck. All right, so basically what this turns into is a business card box. Like, looks like this. There you go. You finish it. That's where the blade got stuck, but I think that's just because I had too much pressure. Every other thing looks good. Also, like, these templates aren't perfect. I would make these wider, and the mortise or whatever you call it that goes through it, make it a little taller. Like, I would make this changes. Like, once we ran one, I would then adjust the box slightly. We'd put the business cards that the client was buying in them, And then if they don't fit right, we then adjust some of the dimensions until we get it perfect. A little trial and error in packaging, more than just anything other kind of printing. Again, there's no reason why we can't produce a couple hundred boxes a day on this. If I had a guy just every time he walked by, change out the 2 sheets. Doesn't take long. But again, this is a plotter for more like for mocking up stuff and doing some digital die cutting. Some high-end stuff is really what I would recommend it for. These are 14,000. The new model is FB700. It sells for 14,000, and it's the same machine, different controller, same machine. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments. You want me to test cut something thicker that you have in your shop you need to cut? Send me a sample. I'll cut it for you. Anything else? Shipping quotes? Send me an email. Send me a text. It's a great machine. Again, everything's included: the bed, the vacuum with the filter and the hose, and you get your one blade that comes with it, the 2 tools, the laptop, all the cables. Your software is already on here. It's Windows 10 Pro, clean installed, nothing else on it. I'd recommend you don't use this as a regular laptop. Just keep it for the plotter. It's a good machine, and it's super turnkey. That's the way we like it. Easy to go, easy to use. Good luck. Happy bidding. Alright, I got good scores, I think. This is also 12-point cardstock.